Mm-hmm. Let's see how this works. If not, I have my thing connected to the phone if I have to. Ridiculousness. I don't know if anybody's going to come on here, but I wanted to chat about the coming new year. What am I going to do? What are we going to do? So there's 4 people here. If you could hear me, please. Chat disconnected? Shoot. How can I connect the chat? Chat. Can you guys see me? Hear me? There's 13 people here. Pop out chat. Okay, I don't know. Okay, there's a couple here. I can see your chats now. Got it. So there's Julie here. Preachy here. Shelly. Selena's is here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's, girl. I miss you. There's Mrs. C's is here. Darlene Cosby's here. Elaine is here. You can hear me fine. Teresa's here. P. Scott's is here. I'm not good with names. Nice to see you. If this thing gives me a hard time, I'm going to use the internet to connect to the mainstream smooth series also. Wait. Restore chat. Hold on. I did something stupid. Hopefully, pop out chat. Got it. So, I was going to do this on my phone, but I'm hoping that'll work up here. If not, I got my phone. So, hopefully I don't kick you off. I reset my Wi-Fi up here. I'm hoping that I'm available and it doesn't throw me out of here, kick me off. It's snowing in Mississippi. Today's the first day that it got cold here in Church, San Antonio. The first time it got cold. Hi, Jazzy, Joyce. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you joined my channel. I love you. The audio's choppy. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. What I did also too, okay. Can you hear me better? He's still hearing you. Darlene says some people are seeing they can hear me. Might be higher. Hopefully we don't get kicked off. Hold on. My cookie is calling me. It's cold up here, Mama. But here's the Patty. Come on. Come on, Patty. Yesterday I almost had a panic attack because I'm getting ready for the laser. I'm getting a laser. It's coming in soon. And I was working downstairs and we were moving stuff up here. And my baby, she's my baby. Her name is Lily. This one's the one you guys usually see on my channel. Her name is Cookie. Let me see, make sure I'm plugged in. I left Lily up here by accident. She was up here for 6 hours. You should have seen me last night running around like a psychopath, like, Lily, are you all right, Lily? Where are you? And then I told my son that maybe I put her up here and left her here. And sure enough, poor little dog, she was up here for like 6 hours. And I don't know. I almost panicked, like, no, I'm not entering 220 with a lost dog. Okay, I'm ridiculous, right? So how are you? I'm glad you could hear me. Julie Knights is here. Nice to see you guys. You say the audio is fine. I did a live stream just recently, I think a couple days ago before the new year. And YouTube demonetized it because we talked about mental illness. And so I just decided to remove it because, I don't know, I don't want to cause any problems with YouTube, I guess. And so I kind of removed it. Yes, Miss Shelley, I miss you. We're doing the sew group the second week of the month now. So I'm letting you know, girl. We need to get together soon. Nice to see you or hear from you, Pat. Pat said, Moorhead, nice to meet you. I see some new people here. Like Peachy Cheek is new. Ginger is new. Mrs. C's, or this is your first chat. Shelly Salinas, you're usually not on my live streams. Julie Knights, I think sometimes you're here. I'm not sure. Jennifer is here. Nice to see you guys. I wanted to wish you a happy new year. I'm upstairs. I have been trying to recover from a sickness that I've been dealing with for 3 weeks. I lost my voice for a whole week. So I finally have the energy to get everything get stuff done. So I'm getting ready for a laser that's coming hopefully next week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm preparing a couple rooms and getting them all ready. I wanted to announce the winner from last live stream for the jelly rolls. The winners. Some of you are cooking. Well, Cookies, she's my dog, right? But she's not my girl. My first one is my girl. Like, she's just my kid. And she was locked up here. And she never comes up here because she's older, so she doesn't like being up here. It's harder for her to get up and down. But it was terrifying last night at 11 o'clock looking for her. And it's weird. In my brain, usually she sits with me. I thought she was with my son or with my daughter. And sure enough, no. We locked her up in here because we were organizing downstairs the space ready for the laser. Hopefully, I'm still looking good on y'all's end. YouTube does this weird stuff when I'm doing live stream. And it's something that I can't control. So I apologize if no data. It says I'm going to end shortly. So, man, YouTube, you're sucking my life away. So if I get kicked off, I promise I'll get back on. But I'll get back on my phone. YouTube is not receiving videos to maintain some streaming. So she's complaining to me. I've been doing good. I just lost my voice. The weird thing, I couldn't talk, but I was still working out on the treadmill. I couldn't talk at all, but I was still getting stuff done. And then after I got my voice back, that's when I lost my strength and energy and where I ended up having more of a cough. But praise the Lord. I have a cough sometimes here and there. I think sometimes coughing fits exhaust you. So I'm doing good. Praise God. I'm doing good. I'm entering the new year healthy. Well, nice to meet you, Peachy Cheeks. I'm glad you're here. I'm a really goofy content creator. So I hope you like goofy and real. Thank you, Nita Hernandez. I've seen you a couple times, though. Nita, I wanted to share that I'm going to start 2 new channels. I had a channel before. It's Lorena Cadena. I'll link it after this video if it lets me. And I'm also starting another channel. It's called Lorena's Lasering or Lasering with Lorena. I don't know. Lasering, I don't know yet. But when I do, I already started it. I already got it, the email and all that stuff. I would love for you guys to support me there. I want to make some really creative, neat things with the laser. What they're doing is they're sending me a loaner laser, which is kind of neat. I'm not getting the laser that I originally purchased. That's not going to come in until probably February or March. I know, Cookie's so funny, right? She's here, praise God, my Cookie. But usually she's real good. Like when she sees me leave, she gets up and leaves. I think Lily went under the bed table because I have a bed under there. And she just ignored everyone because she's probably cold. What is my laser? I'm getting a laser for Mayana. It's been a whole process. What I wanted to do is it's the same business, but I wanted to expand the business a bit more. I wanted to do some creative things with the business. So I was just trying to kind of work it, but I'm getting it this week. That I complained so much and threw a tantrum about it that they finally decided to send me a loaner laser. If I really love that laser, I may purchase that one too. I got a huge laser. The laser is about 72 wide by 55, and the loaner laser literally is 24 by 36. So it's a huge size difference, and the laser that they're lending me, it's a lower wattage. So what I want to do with the lasers, I've talked about this on another live stream, but I had to take it off because YouTube, oh God, YouTube sometimes does me wrong. The other laser, I want to make a whole bunch of sewing notions, creative things. You can make signs with it. You can just, it opens the door to be a different type of creative. And I really just love making stuff. And I'm a maker at heart. I am a piecer. Am I really a piece? I'm more of a long armer and more of an embroiderer. I am a piecer. I've gotten better at piecing because of YouTube and having a following here. But originally I was more of I like my tools. Deborah's here. Nice to see you, Deborah. The laser's not for long arming. The laser gives me like equipment that I can use for long arming. For example, you can make rulers, like long arm quilting rulers. And that's originally why I really wanted it. I wanted to make my own style of long arm rulers and cutting off the middleman, which is a laser guy, because the laser guy will charge me a certain price to do it for me. But then you can't create what you want when you're paying someone for the time to do it for you. Because of course you need to reimburse them for all the time they're using to create what you have in mind. So I felt like if I bought my own laser, I could take the time that I want in creating one demo, one ruler. For example, I think I've showed you rulers. Do I have some here? I've talked about this before, but some of you are new here. For example, Lisa Callie, she paid a laser to create this ruler for her. And, you know, she probably paid quite a bit of money because I paid quite a bit of money to get her ruler. But I want to just create my own stuff. And one of the things that I really want to create is I want to create my own rulers, but you could create a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm excited to do. You had to sell your laser a few months ago. I know they have a glow forge that you could, that it's a laser also. Nita, I do have a video on favorite long arm quilting tools. I recommend the only ruler that I really at this current time really recommend for you to have, and they have it at Joann's, and it's called Stitch in the Ditch ruler. It's a ruler that has these kind of corners on them, so you could literally stitch in the ditch. It's an inexpensive ruler. You could use coupons with it, but it's a great ruler. That's my favorite ruler. So let me see. Let me answer some of your questions. I really do appreciate everybody who supports my channel and who watches my videos. I hope they are helpful, because when I started, there was none of this out there. There was no long arm quilters. And if there was, I think at the time, there was Linda Electric Quilters who had videos out there, but you had to pay a subscription every month to watch her videos. So YouTube didn't have a long arm quilting community that was really sharing their stuff, because they were afraid that if they shared their stuff, that people would take the business away from them. But I mean, come on. I really do believe that whatever business that you have, it's yours. And if you're good with your clients, you shouldn't be afraid to lose your clients because you're a good service provider, because it is a service. So, but people don't like sharing their stuff because, I don't know. I don't want to say selfish, greedy for gain. They don't want you to get ahead. I mean, I have a lot of people who started doing YouTube videos because they started watching me, and they're ahead of me. Like they're doing really great. They're very successful, and I think it's a compliment that you have a part in encouraging that. I know a girl who literally started a long arm quilting business, and she charges very fairly, and she's very good, and she's doing great. So I think the world has room for everybody. But I got a laser to start kind of like it's the same venture, but a different way. I love what I do. Do I love what I do? I love what I do. I think I'm one of those, try this and let me play with this. I like the challenge of learning something new because like long arm quilting is so, the computerized system and doing it's so normal to me because I've been doing it since 2008 is how long I've been doing this, that it doesn't challenge me anymore. So it's a bit boring. So I felt like if I got into using a laser, that it would open the door for me. How you doing, Diana? From Belton, South Illinois. Nice to see you guys. Courtney's here. Let's see. I'm sorry, Deborah, you sold your laser. If I would have known, I may have bought it from you. Deborah, what laser did you get? We also have to get to a point. I've learned from a lot of people, and this is one type of people that I'm not. A lot of people buy, and I get it. Some people buy equipment and then something happens in their life that they can't use it. I also know like some people buy the equipment and they have an idea that it's going to bring certain type of satisfaction or fulfillment or stuff, and it doesn't do that. I like challenges, and so I'm kind of nervous about the laser because they're sending me a loaner, but I'm excited about the laser. Like the other day I was going through Adobe Illustrator and making my own designs, and I was really kind of like, is this something you really think you're going to like doing? Because the idea in my brain is like, oh my God, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be so great. And then when you have it, it could be very stressful, very hard. And you could just be going through, trying to figure it out. So yeah, I can't wait. I already made a couple designs on Auto Illustrator. I saw this girl on YouTube who uses her silhouette to make designs, which I thought that was interesting. Hi, Dee from snowy Ohio. It's snowing over there. Honestly, I was cleaning up here yesterday, and I was sweating because it's humid here in San Antonio. Well, I live in shirts, but San Antonio shirts. And I was like, when is it going to get cold? And today was the first day that it's like chilly. Yes, Craft with Love 55. I'm getting the loaner. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys. I'm getting an Ayana laser. It's a Myra 7, I believe. It's their first professional line, what they call professional, but it's a small table desk laser. It's snowing in Kansas. Oh my God. Did you say? No, they didn't. Miss Shelley, I did not sign a contract with the loaner laser. What happened, you want to hear my debacle about my laser? I was going to get a Myra 9, which is a 36 by, I think it's a 36 by something by, I don't know, what size is it? It's a bigger laser. I was going to get a 100-watt laser. It's a Myra 9. It was going to cost about $11,000. Okay. I was ready to buy that one. My husband, because of the long arm quilting and everything, he's like, well, if you get a bigger industrial machine, you'll get a better machine, and then you can grow into that one, even though at this current time it's too big. So the one I purchased is called a Nova 14 from Ayana. It is, I think, 72 by 55 workspace. So it's huge. It's going to be probably a third of the size of my long arm. And so that's the one I purchased. The one they're sending me, which is a loaner, it's a desktop one, which what ended up happening with the company is they told me it would take me 4 months to get the Myra 9. And what ended up happening, we're 8 months in. We're going on 8. If I get it when they say I'm going to get it, which is February, I am getting it 8 months from the time I ordered it. So I started throwing tantrums saying either give me my money back or give me my money back so I could buy a laser from Thunder, because there's another company called Thunder Laser. And I was debating from Ayana and Thunder, these two companies. And I threw a fit. But the problem is when you purchase your purchase from Ayana, if you want to refund or cancel, they keep up to 20%. So 20% out of $15,000 is like $3,000. I would have lost $3,000. So since I felt stuck with Ayana, I started kind of messaging and throwing tantrums on their advertisements, stating that the shipping time is not the truth, that they are not shipping their lasers for the Novas. And what happened is Ayana had issues getting the manufacturing for the larger industrial machines going, and they also were having some problems with the container shipments. And it's not their fault, but it is their fault because they knew what they're doing, right? They know their company. And the Myras, which are the smaller lasers, Myra 9s, Myra 7s, and Myra 5s, you could literally see on the Facebook group, all of them were getting their lasers on time. So the more industrial, more expensive machines, people weren't getting them. And I talked to my sales rep. I was like, I wish I would have gone with my original purchase, which was with Myra 9 with a 100-watt laser, then got with the Novas. Because in conversations with her, she says I would probably get my Nova sooner than the Myra 9s. Well, 8 months going into it. And so in me throwing a tantrum, my sales rep is wonderful. When she finally realized that I was really serious to get out and bail, I literally talked to the Thunder sales rep and told them what was going on. And they started working with me. And honestly, having a platform, guys, having a platform really helps in getting people to start doing something, because I am two things for people. I could be a blessing in advertising, like this is me advertising Lisa Callie's rulers and advertising her programs, or I could be problematic. I could also disqualify and encourage you never to buy a certain product from a certain person because I didn't like it. And so Ayana graciously said, we love you, we want your support and your help, and we know you have a following, so we'll send you a loaner for nothing. They're not charging me shipping, they're not charging me for the use of the machine. I can use it as long as I want until I get my laser, which is kind of cool. Ayana's really stepping up and supporting me and helping me, but I also think them knowing that I have a Facebook or YouTube following and a Facebook following helps with that. I did not sign a contract for the loaner. I am warranted to use it. I'm not even paying shipping for the loaner. So let's see. Some of you say it's 70. I'm changing kind of content because I do want to talk to you guys. So it's snowing in Kansas. You're 4 hours south. I'm in Mission, Texas. Thank you, Diana, for watching me. from Mission, Texas. It's 71 in Virginia. I think we're colder here than over there today. Hello from Tennessee, Doris. Jennifer says she's wearing t-shirts. That's fun. Well, I love to be able to be in t-shirts. It's been 20 years. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were wearing t-shirts. Yeah, it's cold out there. Yeah, it could be, my machine could be in a container in a crane somewhere shipping from China. But I want to do a video on my new channel talking about some of the process. And I want to be honest with you guys because I think this is really a great potential to have a really great business, but a different kind of business. Happy New Year's from Dallas, Texas. So, Linda, nice to see you too. It's 70 degrees over there. I don't know. It's kind of chilly right now here. It's snowing in Tennessee. So are you guys okay? How did you bring in your new year? I just sat in my house with my family. I love this season of my life. My kids all graduated from high school. I only have 2 staying with me still, and they're getting their degrees and they're working full time. What's wonderful about where I'm at is I don't worry about none of them. Orange County, Orange City, Florida. Kelly, you're blessed. I used to hate hot weather when I moved here because originally I was from El Paso, and it would snow at least every year and get cold, have real seasons other than it just being burning hot over there. But it was humid hot. But moving to San Antonio, you don't get snow on a regular basis, hardly ever. Check out. Okay, I'll check them out, Deborah. Thank you for sharing with me. I'm looking at a couple different people. Yes, thank you for my kids. I'm just like, for New Year's, usually I'm like stressed out. What mom isn't stressed out here? Getting food ready, getting everything ready, getting all the entertainment for everyone. And now I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So some of you were painting faces at a local celebration. That's wonderful. Cedar's kicking our butt here, right? This could be a cedar allergy. Oh, featherweight lovers. Oh my God. I went New Year's Eve with a friend, and we went picnic sewing. If you're on my Lorena's Quilting Facebook group, Lorena's Quilting Facebook group, you will see the pictures of me and my friend having a picnic outside and sewing. I loved it. Nita, isn't it the best stage of your life? What is it? Empty nest syndrome? I don't have an empty nest yet, but if it's transitioning more into that, which is good. I'm enjoying myself. For the first time in my life, I could focus on my business. I've noticed, like, before I was picking up kids, taking them to work, doing this or that. And now I could really focus on my clients, and I could focus on my life. I could focus on something I want for myself. Yes, me and Monica went sewing out there. Those little sinker featherweights, they don't use any battery. They don't use any electricity. So I brought the new year in church praising. Yes, we used to have New Year's Eve, bringing in the service at night. Yes, we did stop at my house and kind of brought in some prayer, but we were kind of like just floundering around. I had to move my church, so it's been a bit different. I really am enjoying this stage of my life. So I just wanted to share that. Like, if I want to go picnic, sewing, if I want to work for my clients, I can. I'm not having to go to ARDS or go to drop off the kids to school. I don't know. I like it. Who would have thought being 50 would be so fun? I think it depends on who you're around. Because my mom transitioning, or certain families transitioning into certain transitions in their life, they didn't transition very well. So I thought I was going to struggle along, but I really am enjoying this different transition in my life. Courtney, if you can find, I pray for God to give you a Singer featherweight. A friend of mine who got me hooked on these, she got her Singer featherweight for free. They were at a garage. Her grandson was working in a garage, and the family was going to throw the featherweight away, and he literally asked them if he could give it to his grandmother. I think hers was a 1949 Singer featherweight. Beautiful, pristine condition. Everything was, this thing is, it's worth $1,000 if I was to sell her machine on eBay, okay? Because it's so clean. And I think the only thing that was wrong was the light bulb thing that held her light was broken, but me and her fixed it. And the Singer featherweight shop was wonderful in helping her get the part for it. So I'm just, just pray for God to send it to you, for the Lord to bless you with one. Me playing with hers got me addicted, and it's just, it is what it is. Yes, I'm trying to just, life can get monotonous, and I've been sick, so I've been full of cabin fever. Diana, you're 69. Or Deanne. I'm saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. That's awesome that you're doing your business. I love to hear Singer Weight sing. Yes! Tick, 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 tick. Wendy, you're so right. Jacqueline, oh my God. They're a treasure. I have 4 now. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm addicted to looking for them. I took Lonica and I went to the park, and I had her sewing on one, and she goes, "Now I understand why you love this machine." So we had a great time. We're having not this week, but next Friday, the second Friday, I'm having my first year sewing event, the Sweet Honeybee. So I'm gonna get ready for that. I don't know what year. I have one, Bonnie, I have one that's 72 years old. Can you believe it? And then I have one that's, I don't know, I have a different ages, but one of them is 70 years old, and the motor is not that great. And honestly, if you go on eBay and it says make an offer, you won't believe, on one guy, I made an offer for $150, and that's why I have 4. He said no way for $100. He said no way, and I was like, okay, for whatever. It was not a very good machine. Well, it's a dirty, messed up old machine. And then a week later, he said, "Do you want it?" And I think I offered him $200 that time, and I said, "Sure," and he offered it to me $150. You can't beat it. Yes, we're going to have the Sweet Honeybee the second Sunday. I trained it for the second Sunday. So next year, when we get into the holidays, we're not hitting them. So I'm excited. Yours is 51 years old. They're neat. They are neat. You want to get yours painted. My husband found a painter who could paint it, but on the I'm trying to talk right. The Singer Featherweight shop, they literally have a blog on how to get you personally to paint your own machine and sand it and get it ready. So Crafty with Love 55, I'm letting you know there's a blog. I was thinking of getting all this stuff and start painting myself, but my husband wants me to take one apart, the messed up one that I got for $150, and he could take it to his painter. He has a car painter that his company works for. Yeah, but you literally, if you go on eBay and make an offer, one machine that I think was worth pristine condition, but she didn't have a box, I got her for like 250. So I got one for 150 and one for 200, and another one I got it for $3. So I try to get the best deal I can, and I lowball them, and yeah. But my husband, you got another one? I go, I could sell them if I want to. The one I want to sell, the one I want to color, I want it to be, let me see if I can find, I want it to be this color, like a purple blue, kind of like that. But I need to take her apart, which makes me scared, because you have to take everything apart. I wanted to take everything apart and then tape everything, so that we could get it done right. But I'm kind of scared to take it apart. But they're saying, so I found 2 people who do it here in San Antonio in shirts, and one of them was saying that they're having parts on paint thinners or thinners that remove the paint, because something in the United States made it illegal to have a certain type of paint thinner just recently. So they're having problems trying to maintain a thinner that works, that removes the paint. But I don't care. I'll sand it to death. So, hello Melissa, how are you doing? So how have you been? I'm talking a lot. How are you doing? I'm excited for this year. What do you want me to do this year? Do you want me to do more piecing? Do you want me to do more long arm content? And let me just share this. Right now, my channel is long arm quilting content. Wait, I'm trying to long arm quilting content. Okay, y'all want this. I get it. If I post a long arm quilting content, I will get a lot of views. You guys like watching that. I'm okay with doing it, but I'm a bit burned out. I think it's a lot. It's boring. I want to do other stuff for y'all. I don't know if you want me to do a how to get into a long arm quilting business. I could do stuff like that. How to start with the laser. I'm going to start that laser business from scratch. I wanted to share kind of like the process on how I decided to get the laser, how I researched, how I looked, why I chose the laser I got. I want to do stuff like that because I think it will help you understand how I got into the long arm quilting business. Because everybody asks me about this. How did you get into the long arm quilting aspect of it? And my process of finding the equipment is pretty much the same. I researched the heck out of everything. But I noticed that if I post, for example, an embroidery content video, which I know some of you want to see, a lot of you don't want to watch it. Or maybe that you don't want to watch it, YouTube is not sending it to you. So I don't know. So I also want to kind of like get more into custom quilting, like make some practice long arm quilting videos. I just kind of want to share something more than just long arm quilting work days. I think they're great, but I don't know. Sometimes they're frustrating working, and I share all of it, okay? I've shared my frustrations on some quilts. I've shared hard days. I've shared good days. But I think if I want to share it if I have something new to share. Does that make sense? So I don't want to just be doing videos for long arm quilting just to keep getting the views. I want you guys to get something out of this and not just, well, Lorena posted a long arm work day, which they're fine. Okay, you have the same exact long arm but don't know how to run your computer. I have a different JSIMS. I have a different computer program. I don't know what program you have. because they upgraded the program. You got a cool featherweight. Peacocks. Awesome. So I can do videos. Do you have the same program I have? If you have the same program I have, I could teach you what I learned from there. But I want to bring content that you guys will enjoy. I was going to do laser content on this channel, but YouTube kills channels if they're not streamlined and niched. And one of the reasons why I'm having problems with my channel is if I don't do constant long-arm quilting workday channel videos, YouTube doesn't want to send stuff out. So, but I want to share stuff that's different. Like I love the featherweight, doing a video on how to work on the featherweight because I learned a lot. I made little covers for the featherweight, so I wanted to do videos for that. I just want to make content that maybe you guys would enjoy. Do you like vlog? I think maybe you guys like my long-arm quilting work days because they're more vlog-like. Maybe. Y'all have a lot of... I have 10. They have an updated program of 10. Okay. So I'm just asking what you guys want to see from me. What are you interested? Do you want to see more piecing? I still need to do a video on the block swap. Oh my God. I love the block swaps that we do. They're so much fun. I want to do a video. I did do a video on how I put my black block swap together. But I ended up having a camera lens that was it didn't get the whole view. And so I want to I did 2 block swaps, a gray background and black background. I want to do a video on the gray background, and so I could get more, you could see how I put it together better. So I want to do that kind of content, maybe more piecing, more quilt tops, maybe more custom quilting quilt tops, on top of work days and on top of other stuff. I don't know. Yes, my block swap group was wonderful. We ended up having, Shelly was part of the block swap, and we ended up having, yeah, right, Courtney, you were part of it. We ended up having, 3 groups of 12, and we ended up having 30-something people. See you later, Tiffany. So I want to do block swaps okay, Tiffany, she did something that was like, I really like what she did. She asked everybody to send her a quilt to her of a certain size, and she made a birthday quilt. That was genius. I love that idea. More on free motion quilting. Okay. You guys want to learn how to do feathers. That's great. I'll do that. I also want to do it on a sewing machine because not all of you have long arms. Free motion quilting. Meandering. How do you quilt with a ruler, etc. All right, Melissa. Thank you for the ideas. Thank you for Teresa for the ideas. I really do appreciate them. I want to bring you content that you guys would love. I know I've done like little banners and stuff. Do y'all like those when I go and quilt them? Well, the thing is usually I just quilt them and I don't teach on them. That's the problem, right? I should teach on them. Free motion quilting, free motion quilt along. What I want to do, wouldn't this be cool? Hi, Catherine. Catherine, I'm sorry. Forgive me for not. Free motion quilt alongs. How can we do a free motion quilt along? I have a camera that I could plug into my phone. I could plug into my computer, and then I know someone does live streams like that. I need to pick their brain and talk to them. Free motion quilting quilts alongs. Okay, we could do that. I got these books, and I did on my favorites of what I purchased on the Houston Quilt Show. I want to see if I could talk to her and ask her if I could maybe get a discount code from her to get you guys to purchase a book from her, and then us do a free motion quilting along with her books. I don't know. Or I could create my own free motion quilt along. It doesn't matter. But I love her books. The way she works is wonderful. Thank you for, well, it wasn't easy. Craft with Love 55. If this was not easy. Yes. Thank you for watching the fixing the problems of quilts. Startup businesses, okay. That would be neat. Make a block. All of us make the same block and then sit down and I'll make a couple of them and sit down and quilt them. To do a Zoom again. Yeah, we could do that. I got some books from Free Motion from Angel. I'm still learning. Melissa, I have a book, or I have a video, and it has Melanie Funk on it. It's How Not to Have a Wavy Border, Melissa. And it teaches, I have a whole listing on how to put borders on your quilts. So, Melissa, tip number 1, don't show off your quilt top because you stretch it. You know how you show your blocks? Don't show your blocks by hand. Get something and put your block on it so you don't stretch your blocks. Another thing to not stretch your quilt when you put it together, don't stretch it if you don't have a border on it. Don't show it off because you'll stretch it by 2 inches, and that's what creates wavy borders. Another thing is how you make your borders and how you put them on. You can fix a wavy quilt top that way. But I have some videos. I have how to put on borders, and I have one with how not to have a wavy border video. And they're really helpful. Melanie Funk really helped me and taught me how to fix that, because I still sometimes make wavy border quilts. Ugh. Even though I try to do them right. I want the books. Yes, we could do that. What I want to do is, if I could make my own designs, like free motion designs, and modify them to where they're mine, and just play with them. I wanted to do a video on my favorite long arm quilting books that I really feel that they're worth purchasing. I bought the Angela Walter one. It's okay. And it's not that her book is bad. It's not that what she does beautiful work. She's wonderful. There's certain teaching styles that just don't mesh with me. For example, Lisa Callie. I love her work. I love her stuff. I even love Green Fairy Quilting, Jamie Madison. I love her quilting. And I have their books. And it's not, their work is magnificent. It's art. Their style just doesn't work for me. But I found one lady, that when I was talking about her books, that I like the way she progressively teaches you. She teaches you a design, and then she teaches you how to do it on a border, and then she teaches you how to do it on a wreath, and then she teaches you how to use it in different elements, which I think is genius. So, but you just learn a basic element, and then you expand on it. I love that. Angela Walters, I don't feel she does that. She picks a design, she quilts it, and then she moves to the next design, which I think my brain doesn't conceptually learn that way. But that's just her style. That's how she learns, which is, we all have a style about ourselves. So what I would love to do is kind of like, you who want to learn how to free motion quilt, you will have to create your own style. And even if I share a certain style, it's going to have to kind of see if it fits you, if you like it. Like Lisa Callie, I love her stuff so much. I wanted to be Lisa Callie number 2. You know what I mean? And I've never used this ruler ever. I have 3 of them in different sizes. Conceptually, the way she created this, I can't understand how to use it. And I've seen her videos and I've tried her stuff, but I'm just, we all have different styles. So I would love to Zoom. You guys would love to Zoom. Some of you are researching long arms and you don't know which one you want. Buy your favorite that's in your budget. Best suggestion. Have you ever made pantographs on paper? No, because I never needed to. But let me see, wait. There's this lady who I literally showed a video when I was reorganizing this room. And I showed you her book. Where did I put it? Where did I put her book? Oh, yes. Oh my God. This best book ever. Best book. Pathways to Better Quilting. 5 Steps to Machine Pantos. This, if you want to do your own pantos, this is a book to have. She talks about if you could do this on your machine, if you could do these things on your machine, you can quilt anything. All these, she literally figured out if you could do an arc, if you could do an S curve, if you could do lines, if you could do loops or C curves. If you could do this, you could do, what else does she have? Let me show you. Yeah, these 5 elements. Arc, S curve, straight lines, loops, and hooks. She says literally that if you can get these 5 elements, which you can, if you can draw it, you can long arm it. Then you can create anything. For example, just on the hook, literally she has a class on hooks. So this is a hook, right? And if you could do this hook, this is a hook, then back with the hook and forward. But what she doesn't tell you is when you're long arm quilting, you need to learn how to write from left to right and right to left. That's how you learn. That's how you learn to move on this thing. And what happens is she's moving from right to left, but then you're moving back in the opposite direction, and that's what gets your brain stumped on doing feathers or any type of long arm quilting. You need to learn how to move in one direction and then move in the opposite direction. So going, let's see, this way. And okay, this book, if you guys want to learn free motion quilting, this lady's wonderful. I love her book. So you could make pantographs with this and make your own. That's, someone says, have I made my own pantographs? I can. You can make your own pantographs. If you get this book, you don't have to get this book. I'm not trying to get you to buy anything. For example, with her 5 elements, for example, a heart. This is a C curve, a C, but then this is a backwards C. Do you see that? This is just arcs. That's all they are. This is just lines. Okay, and this is an S curve, and then you come back with the backward S curves with the C curve and the C curve. Do you see that? Wait, let me see. S curve right here. Come back. I'm trying to do it on the camera. Come back, and then here's a C. Do you see what I'm saying? She says that if you can learn these 5 elements, you could quilt anything. And honestly, she's right. For example, these are just kind of like arcs. Just arcs. And then she comes back and does them down here. I love this book. She's really easy. Let me see. For example, I'm not trying. I really like this book. It made long arm quilting simpler for me because of the way she thinks. She literally broke it down into smaller elements, and that's why I like the books that I got at the Houston Quilt Show. The designer literally broke it down in simpler elements. If you know that simpler element, then the brain as a whole, for example, let me see. Let me give you this one. Hold on a minute. I want to do an S curve. I want to show you what arcs do. Because she literally has like what you could do with arcs. So feathers, some of you want to do feathers, right? You need to learn how to do an S curve going in one direction and then going in the back direction. Hold on. Let me see if I could help you with something. All right, let's just look at this. This is just a piece of... Okay, so if you break this down into 5 elements. So just let's start here. Just didn't share, I'm sorry. So this is just a loop. It's just kind of like a shallow arc. I don't know if you see. Shallow arc. This is another shallow arc, right? This is a backwards S curve right here. And then this is another line. Come back, here's an arc, but it's shallow. Another shallow arc. And then a straight line with kind of like an arc. Then if you do this little thing here, this is just, you could say this is a C curve, or it could be an arc. It just depends on how you do it. These are C curves. A C curve in this direction, and a C curve in that direction. And all this has is lines, C curves, and arcs. So you could literally break down any design, and it has those 5 elements. A feather, let me see if I can find a feather. She also has another book about feathers. Where's the feathers? All right, let's see. The heart. This heart. This is just a big arc right there. Another arc with lines and a circle arc. These are just arcs. That's all they are. That's how you make a heart. And if you can do these movements like an arc with a straight line with an arc, there you have your heart pattern. But this lady, the way she teaches is kind of neat. It breaks down an element in so much simpler lines. Who would have thought, right? Because I was like, oh my God. Like this. This is just a shallow arc with an arc and a half arc. Do you see that? And lines. Half arc, full arc, half arc, and a curve. Which really, this is an arc too right there. Who would have thought? That's all it is. And a feather, if I draw out a feather, it's just an S curve, and then it's a loop. So yeah, I hope it helps. I don't know if this helps, but her book is wonderful. But she just talks about the lines. I heard someone walking up here. Who? Bethany's Quilting. I don't know Bethany. Let me see. So her name is Sally Terry. Let me show you the book again if you guys want it. Pathways to Better Quilting. That's all it's called. And then her name is Sally Terry. She has also a book on feathers. But when I first started long arm quilting, this is the book that's all it is. It's just an arc. It's just, and now I learned how to do feathers, flowers, because I broke them down. It's just a curve with an arc. And then you go back, and then you do another curve with an arc. So her name is Pathway to Better Quilting, and her name is Sally Terry. Okay, but I love this book. I found it when I was going through cleaning and renovating in here. I was going through all the drawers and cleaning everything. So that is a great book on learning how to practice free motion. Also too, guys, I was doing YouTube for like since 2014. I do have videos from way back when. Quality kind of sucks. I apologize. I could redo them. Some of them I was doing videos on how to do pebbles on the long arm quilting machine. And initially I did a doodle challenge. And then after you do the doodle challenge, you do it on a domestic sewing machine. You practice that doodle that you played with. Then you took it into the long arm quilting. So I called them doodle challenges. So if you want to look at those videos, I have tons of them. And they're beginner friendly because it's just like a 5-inch square that you're practicing on. And to grow in this, practice. That's all it is. You can't, Angela Walters has the skill ability she has because the amount of practice she's put into something. Lisa Callie, no ruler that I buy from her will give me the ability to quilt like her because what she has is practice, time investment in a skill, time. So get a little book, a little sketchbook, and invest some time in doodling. I used to, when I was in college, I doodled a lot and I would get in trouble a lot because I would be doodling designs and playing around. And then if I found a design I loved, I would try to practice it on my long arm quilting. And in one of my best friend, she says, I remember like in 2008, well, was it 8 or 11 when I was going to college, 2014. She says, you were constantly saying, I need to practice. I need to just get on my machine and practice. I need to just play around. And if you practice, because I was going to college, if you get down and practice at least 30 minutes a week on an element, for example, arcs, like she did, like these are her versions of practicing, right? If you get like cut a piece of square and put it on a piece of paper on a doodle book and start practicing, all these are loops. Remember, one of her elements is making loops. Those are loops. Here's straight lines. Here's the panto right here. It's a star and a loop, star, a loop, star, loop. That's how simple she made her pantos. And if you look at pantos, how do they move around? Either they meander or they loop. They just connected loops to it. And so practice. Get yourself a little book. Decide an element. One could be pebbles. One could be what could be hooks. One could be like this is a start of a feather. This is just a long arc with a backward S. If you go like this, it looks like an S. So practice. Sit down for 30 minutes and practice. Those books that I got at the Houston Quilt Show, I told myself, if I just can open this book and I put them in a place where I can find them quickly, I have a set of pens that I can find quickly. I have a book that's by the thing so I can find them quickly. So when I have time, and I think if you schedule it, like schedule Friday, I used to schedule YouTube videos every Friday. I'm going to sew and sew for a little bit. And what made me sew is, I have to post a video, so I need to film it. And so it would get me to sew and film. And I'm so thankful for that time because I ended up getting real sick. I said a long time ago, I got real sick. And the doctor says, you're going to die. When someone says you're going to die, what comes to your brain is like, what did I not do in my life? And one of the things that I complained in my heart about not doing is I didn't sew enough because I love something so much, but I put it as a last priority in my life because I had school, my kids, my family. I had everybody else to tend to but myself. And so when the doctor said you're going to die, when you have a person tell you you're going to die, it just does something for you. I said, you know what? I'm going to just do videos. I'm going to start doing YouTube videos. And I'm going to sew every Friday. I don't care if I have to study for a midterm. I don't care if I have to do a research paper. I'm going to do Friday because I was going to school Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes I was going to school taking 2 classes Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday. And then I was working for my clients, but I said Friday. And so give yourself a day, no matter what the hell happens in your life, that you do something that you love. I really recommend that. It's been a life changer. I have a YouTube channel because of that decision to do something that I love. And yeah, let me see. Some of you ask me questions. I was a doodler too. Be a doodler. Get some paper. And I got these little books, but doodling really does help. It is true. When you do it with your hands, it will be easier to transition to the sewing machine or your long arm in your brain. Let me read some other ones. Let's see. Yes. My quilting projects, you're so right. At first, you're going to suck. Oh my God, you're going to suck. You know, a lot of people think that, well, if I get a long arm, I'll be able to do what so-and-so does, like Angela Walters. That's not true. It's time, the invested time and energy. So invest time in your skill. Thank you, Peachy Cheeks. Dry erase boards. Anything to get you practicing works. Christine, you have issues with bird nesting intentions in the back of your quilts. Christine, is your quilt a long arm or quilting? If you're bird nesting, the thread is not caught on the looper. Or if you're bird nesting, okay, if you're in a regular sewing machine, if you're bird nesting, it's because your thread's not caught on the looper. That's one problem. Or it's not wrapped around the tensioner if it's custom, if it's a long arm. Also, if you're bird nesting, your bobbin is not caught in that hook and you're not grabbing it right. So that could cause some bird nesting issues. Good morning from Australia. Thank you for watching my channel. No baby lock jazz. It's a baby lock jazz, so it's a regular sewing machine. Right? If it's a regular sewing machine, it could be the fact that you don't have it hooked on the loopers well, or something's going on your top tension. Bird nesting is usually caused on a sewing machine on the top tension, I believe. Yes. How are you doing from Australia? How are you guys doing? VOR.org. What does that mean? I don't know. So I'll do those videos. I don't mind. I want to do something creative this year. I think I want to plan, I keep saying this, I want to put my quilts in a Houston Quilt Show. I wanted to do that Jesus banner and put it in a Houston Quilt Show, but then I quilted it wrong on one side, so it just was a debacle. Okay, you have a throat space. Bucket caught bird nesting on the back. Something's wrong with your tension. Either your bobbin tension on the top is too loose and is not grabbing your bobbin right, or the hook on your bobbin is not hooking the thread right. And even though you're working, it's hooking wrong. That's the only time I get bad bird nest is my bobbin doesn't have the thread. The thread is not wound into that hook right. Yes. You could talk to me about it Friday. Anytime. If you want me to come over, I'll come over and help you. Send me pictures. Message me on London Quilting Facebook group or Messenger on Facebook. It doesn't matter. Just put my name and find me. And then I'll look at pictures. Your threading. Literally how you thread it through the tensioners affect the way on your bobbin. It was the bobbin tension. When I was bird nesting in the back of a quilt. Yeah, for me, when it was bird nesting on the long arm, I noticed it was not hooked to the bobbin, the thread. When it's on this regular sewing machine, it's because the thread is not hooked on the top looper on your sewing machine. My cross wound, okay. It was not suitable for quilting. Yeah, it just depends. And don't panic if it's not your timing. Because honestly, quilting, another thing, if it's a long armor, not having the needle all the way up can be a problem. Meaning, if you change the needle and you didn't push, because someone says maybe you broke a needle. If you broke a needle and you put a brand new one in, or the screw on the needle is loosening and the needle's falling down, I noticed I ended up having major threading problems then. Sometimes it's the smallest, dumbest things that mess us up. It's not because I always like, oh my God, my timing. We are in the summer at the moment. I have had the issue on a Bernina. Yeah. It's just learn. Do not be afraid of tension, ever. Just learn it. Just play with it. Mess with it. Be a professional. Yeah. And also too, frame of thought, maybe a thought. Bobbin cases get old. Let me see. Bobbin cases get old. For me, now that I pull this off, I noticed your case, this can get old. And I've noticed that as time goes, or I think Jamie Wallen did a thing where these warp a bit. Where they don't, where they stretch here. Excuse me. I've noticed that this hook area, I'm trying to get my camera right. This hook area gets worn. And okay. I broke the needle and it scratched the outside of the Bobbin case so the thread would get caught on it. Yeah. Or you could buy. So for me, I tend to buy a new Bobbin case because this starts to be problematic. The thread will literally just pull out when the machine is going. And then also how you thread it. Look at your machine, because in one direction, so I pull it down, I thread it this way. Sometimes it pulls out, so that's clockwise. But usually you can mess up and put the bobbin in the wrong way, where the thread will go, now it's going counterclockwise. And I noticed if I have it bobbin put in wrong, it ends up having the thread pops out of it pops out, and then I end up having problems with my tension. So keep that in mind. Look at your manual. Hopefully you have one. I'm sure you could find one online that how you put the bobbin in. See, like that's clockwise. But I have to buy new ones sometimes. And I have a gamel. Like, these are expensive. They're like $30-$40. And make sure you get the right bobbin case for your machine. Because a friend of mine, she bought a Singer featherweight. And, you know, they have those eBay eBay that you buy. Well, I ended up buying one from Singer Featherweight. They say they test them and they make sure they fit. Well, she would sew like a couple stitches and then the thread would pop and break on her because they had the wrong bobbin case, or they put a wrong bobbin case in the Singer Featherweight. And so I gave her one that I bought at the Singer Featherweight shop, and I put it in, and it worked fine. So, but you have your own case, right? Not the bobbin case, but the bobbin housing. Oh, bobbin housing, bobbin case. Sorry. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Yes. So, it just depends. It could be something so small, though. And you know what helps me? I just get quiet and ask for prayer. I start praying. Jesus, please show me. I had a problem the other day. What the hell was the problem? Oh, I was embroidering. I had a problem the other day. I was doing embroidery work, and the thread, it was giving me an error, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it for the life of me, and I was panicking. And then I did another. I have 3 embroidery machines, okay, which is ridiculous. I was doing a job. One was messing up, and then I did another one, and I was getting a motor tension error, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, something happened with my machines. They were going nuts. And I sat down and I just started praying. Yes, the bobbin works like a charm. And I literally started praying, and I left the room because I was panicking all day. I love you, Chris. And sure enough, guys, it was something stupid. It was let me see. It's this little thread thing was getting caught in the frame of the embroidery. Once I realigned it and fixed it, my machine worked great, but I couldn't figure it out for the life of me for like an hour until I left and prayed and chilled out and calmed down and stopped getting frustrated and mad about why my life was being miserable that day. So just honestly, if you take a minute to pray, the Lord will show you what's wrong. If you ask him, please show me. I literally left the room after an hour and just like, I called the tech who works on my machines. And of course I'm texting him on Friday night. You know, he has a family, he has kids. And sure enough, he says, well, this is this. And he just ignored me because I'm texting him on Friday. And then Monday he starts texting me. But I fixed one of the machines, and the other one he did have to fix. But it was just like one of those weird days where nothing was going right. So pray. Some quilts have bad juju. Pray for the quilt. Pray for your work day. I mean, and it could be something so simple. It could be like the needles falling down. It could be something so simple as, I don't know. It could be something simple. But pray. I'll be praying for you, Teresa. I'll be praying. So it's getting, we've been here. Chris, you were going. We're going to do Quilts of Valor at the Grange. If you guys are local, come and sew with us. We're trying to sew up to 50 quilts to donate. Until you named her. I called her Hope. Heck yeah. Do this on your machine, Teresa. Pray. The Lord will show you what it is. And then I pray, thank you, Lord, for showing me what it is. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for teaching me and showing me. I really, I'll thank him before I get the solution. Thank you, Lord. I've been, praying for the laser because I've been having, the delay and another delay. I was like, Lord, what do I do? And, yeah, operation error. But just pray. And I did a quilt the other day, and my long arm hated the quilt. And they're miserable. The long one was like, today I'm not working. I hate that quilt. Get it off of me. But I'll literally sit down and I'll put my hands on the quilt and I'm like, Lord, I speak blessings on this quilt and I'm going to get this job done and I'm going to pray for whoever's going to be under this quilt and I speak blessings in Jesus' name and I'm going to be blessed because it's going to get done. And I don't know, it just something turns it around. Thank you for seeing you, Teresa. I really am going to be praying for you to figure it out. And it's going to be something dumb. Like, it could literally be just something so easy. So pray. Just pray. 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 When we were working on Chris's, we were working on Chris's little featherweight, she was having, like, it was messing up. And I was like, man, it has to be the bobbin case. Because it could look as if it was broken. And it wasn't. Oh, I could do that. Quilts up very. Yes, every stitch a thought, every thought a prayer. Yes, Miss Chris. Hold on. You want to go out? I know. You want to go out? Yes or no? No. Let me put a jacket on her. She's like trembling. Our version of cold. Come on, Mama. She has to be up here with me, which is annoying. Because literally, if you see her, you don't fit. She's trembling. Are you cold? Come on, say hi. She's cold and trembling, but she doesn't want to leave because she knows I'm up here. Isn't that ridiculous? But you guys, we've been here for a while. Because I'm not going to have to delete this live stream, I will post the people. I need to do a drawing on who won. There's 2 people who won last month. Wait, there's 2 people. Is it last year? It was last year, right? 2 people won one of these each last year. And I need to put their names. I'll put their names on the information bar. And then they can contact me or I'll try to get a hold of them. So I love you guys a lot. But she's trembling. She's trembling. I'm going to try to do some of those wonderful videos you guys suggested. But I'm also going to do a giveaway on this video. So make a comment for me. I don't know. Tell me what's your wonderful plan. Okay, let me see. How can I play this through? Stop. What thing that you love are you going to do this year? Huh? What is the thing that you're going to do this year that you're going to love? Okay? So please put it on your comments. What one thing you're going to, and not just comment, I want you to act on it. Like, what thing are you going to do this year that is going to make you happy at least once a week? Huh? Anyone? So this year, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I leave. I want to sew outside more. I really do love it. I really am enjoying. We got to see ducks the other day. And then I got to see a dog chasing the ducks, which was insane. But I really, me and Lonica were out there sewing. It was neat to have a picnic with her. It was neat to have conversations with her. It was just, and I was kind of getting frustrated with myself because I've been so sick and I haven't really been getting anything done. And I'm just so thankful that we went and sewed. I didn't get nothing done anyway, but I got some sewing done. So I would love for you guys to do something that you love that you will do at least once a week and post it on the comments, and I will have a giveaway for the next live stream. Work on quilts that my mom and I cut out in 1992. Oh my God, I would love that. Make quilts for this year. I have more time after becoming Yes, do what you love. Then maybe you could sell those quilts and you could make some money. Get things done. Get on your long arm every week. And stop being, no, don't be scared. I didn't use my long arm for 5 years. Worst decision ever. And now I turn it on at least once a week. So more. Community quilts. Whatever it is. When on the live stream, if I hopefully still see these chats, if I can, I'll put your name. But what happens is when I remove the live stream, it deletes the chats that we had, and I don't see them anymore, so I can't get your names. Yes. Decide 2022 to be a year where you do something that makes you happy, at least once a week. That's all. When I got sick, my doctor says, you're going to die. And I was like, okay. I was so embarrassed with myself. I was like, if I finish my degree, then I'll sew. If I finish my degree, then I'll sew. But at the time, I still needed a year to finish my degree. And if I wouldn't have, I would have died and never sewed. Whatever you're putting back for when I finish this, then I'll do that thing. Decide to do this year. Decide to do this year. I love my grandchildren when I go see them because I love the way they celebrate. I love the way they celebrate. I walk in and they're like, Ame! Ame! And then the next one marches in, Ame! And the next one marches on. It's so exciting. They're celebrators. Kids are. And so I told myself to the Lord, I said, I want to be more of a celebrator of people in my life. And I want to be more of a celebrator of the good things you do in my life. So be a celebrator. That's why I'm going to be a celebrator. When I go sew outside, I'm celebrating the simple thing, to sew outside. Give more, take less. Love that one. Make more quilts. Yes, make more quilts. If they make you happy, and honestly, don't finish quilts that you don't like. Finish quilts you love. I only finish quilts I love. I finished these because this was an estate. I can't figure out which point. This was an estate quilt that I found. I'm finishing them because those I donate and I give away. I got a laser because I want to see if I love making weird, cool stuff. And I'm taking a chance on it. Putting a lot of money in it on a maybe I'll like, but I usually make good decisions. So a bradding. I can't wait to have you for sale. Yes, I'm hoping. Give me suggestions on rulers you want to see. And I'm already looking at plexiglass prices. I want to do different colored ones. I want to do rulers that I could embed your name on them and your name sits inside. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, I'm ridiculous, okay? Be a celebrator. I want to be a celebrator. I really do. I want to be a celebrator. My little grandchildren, man, I learned from them. Oh God, they're fun. One of them especially, I had her with me, and I had a lollipop, and I got her a lollipop, and she would take my lollipop, and we would switch, and she would just lean back like, oh, this is such a great day ever. She's just celebrating time, enjoying herself. But I told the Holy Spirit, or I told the Lord Jesus, they're both the same, right? I said, I want to be a celebrator. I find like I have so much, and I find that I feel like I have no rights to be a complainer because there's so many people out there that wish that they had just a little bit of what God's given me, and I want to share with you. Be a celebrator. There's people across the border who wish to have a bathroom or a sink or a house like us. Be a celebrator. Celebrate what you have. And so when my little grandchildren celebrate me coming in, I'm like, Ami! And then my second one, Ami! And they hug me and they love me. I'm like, God, I want to be a celebrator. So I love you guys, okay? So please comment on the next ones. If you're not subscribed, I want you guys to subscribe and support my channel, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to celebrate the fact that I have a channel, and then I have people that care enough to spend time with me. So Peggy, Darlene, Teresa, Christine, my friend Chris, my best friend, my bestie Chris, Shelly, Salinas, all of you, Deborah, Maria. Thank you for just your love. Robin, some of you who, Julie, thank you for being here. And if I didn't get your name, I'm trying to get everybody. Jacqueline, Nita Hernandez, Tango Zest. I like that zest. Thank you for just being here. I want to celebrate you guys. I love you in the Lord. Speak blessings and blessings over you. Thank you for your time. Happy New Year. And hopefully I'll post a new video this coming week. Hopefully. Well, I'm going to try to celebrate it. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much for being here.